The story of Daniel in the Bible brought to light so many things. The book of Daniel also is a complex and multifaceted story that combines historical narratives, apocalyptic visions, and tales of wisdom, so it becomes broad to discuss. All these said, there is one side of the story of Daniel that makes people wonder if Daniel was a prophet, priest, or just a mere scholar who devoted himself to God. Daniel was caught praying in the days of Darius, king of Persia, while there was a decree that no one should. In Daniel 6, King Darius, influenced by his officials, issued a decree that for 30 days no one should pray to any god or human except to the king, under penalty of being thrown into the lion's den. Daniel, being a devout worshipper of God, continued his practice of praying 3 times a day, facing Jerusalem as he had done before. When Daniel's actions were reported to the king, Darius, who valued Daniel and regretted the consequences of his decree, reluctantly ordered Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den. Before doing so, the king expressed hope for Daniel's deliverance, saying, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." In the den, there was something that happened. The lions could or did not eat Daniel, and that's what we want to share. What exactly happened in the lion's den that prevented the lions from eating him? But before we proceed, kindly subscribe to support the channel. It will help you not to miss any updates or videos we make on the channel. To go on to the reason why Daniel was not devoured by the lions, we will approach it in 2 forms: non-biblical perspective and biblical perspective. On the note of non-biblical perspective of why Daniel was not eaten by the hungry lions, there could be that. 1. Natural behavior of lions. In normal circumstances, hungry lions would be expected to attack and devour any intruder in their den. Lions are apex predators with an instinctual drive to hunt for food. In Daniel's case, where the text emphasizes the lion's hunger, it seems counterintuitive for them not to act on their natural predatory instincts. 2. Possible factors for survival. One plausible explanation could involve the lion's familiarity with Daniel. If these lions were habituated to human presence and fed by caretakers, they might not have perceived Daniel as a threat or prey. The absence of aggression could be attributed to the lions recognizing him as a non-hostile entity, potentially explaining his unharmed state. 3. Human intervention. Another consideration is the involvement of humans in Daniel's survival. Perhaps caretakers or handlers intervened to ensure the lions did not harm him. In historical contexts, rulers often employed skilled animal trainers or caretakers to manage their menageries. It is conceivable that individuals responsible for the lion's well-being played a role in preventing an attack on Daniel. 4. Meticulous selection of lions. The king, in ordering Daniel's execution by lions, may have chosen particularly docile or well-fed lions for the den. This careful selection process could have influenced the outcome, ensuring that the lions in question were less inclined to attack or harm Daniel. 5. Psychological factors. Psychological factors, such as Daniel's demeanor and composure in the den, might have influenced the lion's behavior. Animals can respond to human emotions and body language, and if Daniel displayed confidence or calmness, it could have had a pacifying effect on the lions. If these were normal reasons or non-biblical perspectives, then let us look into the biblical perspective of why the lions did not eat Daniel. The biblical perspective attributes Daniel's survival in the lion's den to divine intervention and the miraculous protection of God. According to the book of Daniel in the Old Testament, several key factors contribute to the understanding of why the lions did not harm Daniel. 1. Innocence and righteousness. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den as a consequence of his commitment to prayer and worshiping his God. The biblical text presents Daniel as an innocent and righteous individual who had not committed any wrongdoing. Daniel chapter 6, verse 22. 2. God's intervention. The central theme in the biblical account is the intervention of God. The text explicitly states that God sent his angel to shut the mouths of the lions, preventing them from causing harm to Daniel. Daniel chapter 6, verse 22. This supernatural intervention underscores the divine protection afforded to Daniel. 3. Faithfulness and trust in God. Throughout the narrative, Daniel's unwavering faith and trust in his God are highlighted. Despite the threat of being thrown into the lion's den, Daniel continued his practice of praying 3 times a day, demonstrating his commitment to his religious beliefs. Daniel chapter 6, verse 10. 4. King Darius's acknowledgement. After discovering Daniel unharmed in the lion's den the next morning, King Darius attributed Daniel's safety to the power of Daniel's God. Darius acknowledged the living God and decreed that people should fear and reverence the God of Daniel. Daniel chapter 6, verses 25 to 26. 5. Punishment for accusers. Those who had conspired against Daniel by tricking King Darius into issuing the decree against prayer were thrown into the lion's den themselves. The lions immediately overcame them, highlighting the contrast between the fate of Daniel and his accusers. Daniel chapter 6, verse 24. The biblical perspective strongly emphasizes the divine intervention and protection of God as the primary reasons why the lions did not harm Daniel. The narrative underscores Daniel's innocence, faithfulness, and God's role in ensuring his safety, making it a testament to divine power and Daniel's unwavering commitment to his faith.